Hey all, Caleb Wojcik here, and it's been a while since I've released a video or an audio show, so first off I want to apologize for not releasing anything in a while, but over the past few months I've had an insane schedule of client shoots, both domestic and international, which was kind of cool. So instead of releasing crappy podcast or video shows, I wanted to live by my favorite Ron Swanson quote, which is, "Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing." So what have I been up to lately and what's next for DIY Video Guy? Well, to kick off April, we went to Phoenix for a video shoot for a law firm. Then we spent 3 days in Vegas for new Media Expo to shoot Pat Flynn's keynote presentation. We actually drove up in a Dolorean, which was pretty cool. Then while we were also in Vegas, I went to NAB, which is a conference where a lot of the video gear equipment companies and software companies that I use were there to show off their latest and greatest. So be sure to check out that video, either the previous video on YouTube or if you're watching this on iTunes, the previous episode of the show. Then the next week, I was back in San Diego for a full day shoot on Tuesday with 4 3-camera interviews that we had to get through. The next day, I had another client shoot in my home studio. Then the day after that, we set up for One Day BB, which was a full day live stream event downtown San Diego with Pat Flynn and Chris Ducker. The very next day after that was the actual event. So for about 8 or 9 hours, we live streamed with 4 or 5 cameras. I had a crew of 4 people on my team. There was someone live streaming. There was also a lighting crew that we had come in from San Diego. And it was the biggest, most complex thing I've ever done video production wise, but I learned a lot about live streaming, and that's something I want to be sharing with you guys as well very shortly as I get to play with it more and more. A couple days later, had another quick client shoot in San Diego. Then my wife Jen and I left to go to Barcelona, where I spoke at TBEX, which is a travel bloggers conference about mobile video. Then from there, we drove up to Paris, France with a client, Gary Arndt of Everything Everywhere, to film a video-based travel photography course that comes out in a few months. We shot mostly in Paris at the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, and more over a 10-day trek. We also made it to Normandy, Chateau Saint Michel, through the mountains of Andorra, and returned back into Spain just in time to fly home. One day after returning home from Europe, we went to Houston, Texas to visit some family. I ate a lot of queso, and then I went to Boston for Wistia Fest, and I'll be posting a recap video about that soon. Then I came back home to host a friend from high school as a tourist in San Diego for a while, and that's it. That was 2 full months of tons of travel, tons of client shoots, and I'm exhausted just explaining all that, so I might need a minute. I've basically just spent the last week getting caught up with things and trying to have a routine again. I've spent a bunch of time doing video editing for client projects, getting back on track and cleaning out my project management systems. I use Trello to track each of the videos I need to edit through the different processes and steps. And then I use Asana for every other task my team ends up doing. I've also been trying to get all my apps and settings going on my new 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro, which I bought because I found I was literally avoiding working or editing video or audio or anything while traveling because my 4-year-old laptop was too slow, and I would just get frustrated knowing I couldn't edit as fast as I could if I was at home. Don't be afraid to pay for some upgrades that will help you actually get work done better. Anyway, what does all this have to do with this show, you, DIY Video Guy, etc.? First, video and audio episodes will start being released again, starting now, in what I'm calling Season 2 of DIY Video Guy. This season of the audio podcast will focus exclusively on the YouTube platform and how people are becoming successful there. We'll talk with YouTubers, dissect how they've grown their audience, figure out what gear and processes they use to turn their videos around so quickly. And if you're not subscribed to that podcast and still want to go back and listen to the first 31 episodes I've put out over the last 6 months, just go to DIYvideoguy.com/podcast and you can subscribe on iTunes or SoundCloud to hear all of them. Season 2 of the video show, which is what you're watching right now, will focus on video editing. I'll show you which apps you should be using to edit your videos, give you a quick way to edit your videos on just your phone, break down the step-by-step process from plugging in an SD card all the way to clicking publish on a video and everything in between. I'm excited to focus on this part of the video production process and share what I've learned because editing is really where great videos are made. And it's also the thing that is the biggest pain point and the biggest procrastination piece for me. So I'm going to be working on my next course, which is the DIY Video Editing Guide, and that'll be coming out in July or August this summer. Lastly, I'm bringing on another person onto my team as a producer. Along with my editor, we'll continue to be producing videos for clients and try to bring you more of the behind the scenes, the case studies, and some of the lessons we've learned both on the video show and on the audio podcast. So just finishing up the 8th month of running my video production company full time, things are headed in the right direction. We're on track for where I want to be financially. 5 months into the year, we're on track to reach $250,000 gross revenue, which was what I wanted to hit this year. And we've hit the 6-figure mark revenue-wise as well. And it's really frustrating to me that I haven't been posting these episodes as well as the audio podcast episodes because I've been hustling so much to try to get money in the door and to build this company. But I miss you guys and gals. I really do. I miss being in my studio. I miss being in front of the camera and reading from this script that I took the time to write. And I miss sharing the things that I've learned with you guys. So enough of this. I'll see you again soon for the start of season 2 of DIY Video Guide TV and the audio podcast, which will run for about 3 months. So be sure to subscribe on YouTube or iTunes. And remember, if you're gonna do it, might as well do it on video. Cheers.